I used an internet glitch to do, so you're not going to see anyone necessarily trolling me or anything like that. So if that's what interests you, you might as well leave. That background noise is my friend's broadcast that she did a couple hours ago. Well, more than a couple hours ago. I'm just not getting around to having the time to watch it. You might hear my kiddos in the background protesting on their nap. One of them is still awake, the other one is already asleep. Everything, well, not everything, but some things are supposed to be double now, so I'm hoping I'm not too late to get in on that, because I don't start playing until Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'll also play. I won't always broadcast, but I'll be on. My PlayStation tag is Vixen42017, if you ever want to play together. The broadcast that I'm watching is the one that belongs to JDragon75. Her PlayStation tag is the same as her YouTube tag. Check out her live streams. She's cool to game with. She is not going to leave you hanging, trust me. She is very good on the guns. I'm just going to fill up my crypts before I decide to sell them. The only reason I prefer selling in solo now rather than in a lobby full of people is because typically, nowadays, they like to fucking grief people. And I'm not necessarily in the mood to deal with a bunch of other asshole players at the moment. Make sure my varmint rifle is out for the smaller animals and my sniper for the bigger ones. See what I come across. There was a deer out this way. Where did it go? Oh, you moved fast. That's the coyote's tracks. Where the hell did the deer go? Typically, I look for bison herds. Although if I find one today, it's probably gonna be with where my camp is positioned at. It's gonna be too far for me to carry more than one back at a time. I do need to check my player stats and see if my girl's underweight or overweight today. Okay, her weight is average, so no toting pelts across the plains. That's gonna get us underweight and gonna drain our cores faster than we need. My horse is nice and fit. Just to be on the safe side, I'll make her eat after I check the benefits before I continue hunting. The red markers you'll see on my map are markers that you can set with the L3 button. It's how I remember where I saw the herds most frequently and most often. I have 2 rewards left. What are these for? Ability and saddle. I'll save the saddle for when I get that really good one unlocked. It's still locked by rank. These 3 markers this way, 3 out of the 4 that are on this side of the map, of the mini-map, are where I most often... Oh, there's 5 over here now. Forgot what did I set those for? Specifically, these 3 right here are where I most often find buffalo. Sometimes I'll find them down here. Mostly I find cougars in this area of the plains, but sometimes there'll be a buffalo herd there. And then over here by tall trees is where I found is the best place to find elk and bears. Usually my camp is situated closer to this area of the Great Plains, not usually all the way down here. This is the first time I've had my camp put down here when I load in, but I'm lazy and don't feel like moving it, so we'll see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, I will move it, and let's just hope that it does. Let's hope you're still a 3-star. But my friends were telling me specifically it is crypts and moonshine that are double for the time being. Double money. So I'm going to take advantage of that as much as I can. gets trolled on YouTube or games. A friend of mine was trolled yesterday during her broadcast. That is not cool. And in my personal experience and opinion, people who troll other people is usually because they're jealous. They want to be you and they can't. You're better than them and they know it. So don't take it to heart. Just ignore the bastards and move on. Not to say it won't make you angry, because it probably will. But engaging them doesn't... It's never a solution. Even if you engage them positively, they'll take that and just keep going and keep going and keep going. I happen to write on Inkit, and with one of my books is already completed, which I haven't really gotten much feedback on it, but it is completed. It is called The Power of Three Shall Rise. The other one, however, is still in progress. That one, once it started getting popular, that's when I started noticing people trolling me, which is not something I had much experience with dealing with at that time. And I tried my best to just react positively to the people and not say anything back that would get me in trouble as well as them, because I didn't do anything to be picked on in the first place. I don't want to suffer the wrath of the admins. So I just positively encourage them to keep reading the book, and maybe they'll like it. And if they don't, then oh well, they don't have to read it. However, I kept getting multiple accounts saying the same thing along the same lines. You don't deserve to be a writer, blah blah blah, this is trash, why do you write, this seems plagiarized. I get it, a lot of stories on Inkit fall along the same storylines, but I have done my best with my work to make sure that it's as original as it can possibly be. I don't know how much more original they want than what comes out of my own head. If it seems similar to something you've already read, my bad, shit. Maybe subconsciously that's where I got the idea from. I remembered slivers of something that I read before, like, oh, that's cool. And just, my mind came up with a different version. It happens sometimes. What I would like to do is write books like Erin Hunter, because those were the first books that I fell in love with, were her warrior books. But no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to write one that satisfies me. So I figured maybe writing cat books is just not my forte. So I decided to write something that suits me, which is fantasy. Werewolves specifically. But honestly, I haven't had much grief with the first book. I mean, my personal family issues were what motivated me to write that book. However, The Deaf Mate is purely fiction. There's no real inspiration behind it. You know, I just got tired of seeing all these stories of low-level females being mistreated and finding their mate and still being mistreated and not really having their happy ending, or just supposed to just roll over and accept what fate has given them. So my main character, Anne, her name is Anne Marie Ray Sutton, but sometimes I'll just call her Anne for short. She gets put in a shitty situation, but she doesn't let that stop her. She takes the hits and she keeps on rolling, and eventually she gets what she wants. I have not focused on my writing in a while because I've been dealing with labor pains for the past 3 weeks almost. And these contractions, sometimes it's just like, hey, I'm here, and other times it's a punch in the gut. It's very distracting. But I do try to focus on my YouTube channel once a week, or every now and then I'll do a live stream just because it's fun and it passes the time. I know what I want to write for the next chapter of my book, I just haven't gotten around to it. And I know I've gotten really sidetracked with this, but the point is, people are going to troll you in life, and they're assholes. Like Jade told me when they were fucking with me about my book. They're only shitting on me because they know I'm doing something they can't. And for some reason, they get a kick out of it. Why? I have no clue. Damn it, I scared the deer. Well, if I didn't kill that one, I definitely wounded it. It's not something anyone should have to deal with, but unfortunately, it's a part of life and there's not much we can do about it. Okay, that one's dead now. Where'd the other one go? Damn it. And already I've heard 2 different people trolling her in her streams. And what I've noticed is multiple people troll you back to back when you're actually gaining popularity. And it's annoying that they do this when you're on the rise, and they do it to drag you down. They do it to get in your head. They think that if they can get in your head enough, then you'll stop your success. Because they know that if you keep going, then you're just going to get better and better and better and better. And the only thing they can do for certain types of things, the only thing they can do to stop your success is to get in your head. There's really not much more they can do but that. What is this? Sounds like sassy. That's a horse. Don't want to shoot him. Go to sleep, Ellie. I don't want to hear you talking to her. You're keeping her awake. Exactly what she said. People who troll other people have their own issues, and they take it out on people who are more successful than them because it makes them feel big and bad. It makes them feel better about themselves, and it's stupid. It really is. Like, you shouldn't bully someone else to make yourself feel better. Go to sleep. I'm not giving her a passy just for her to throw it down, Ellie. Go to sleep. But I mean, I tried interacting with mine on a positive level, and all it did was make them shit on me more. So I started reporting the accounts and their reviews, so that the actual administration team could look into it, and if they found that it was along their lines of bullying, then they would do something about it, which they did. They took down the reviews, and they told me to continue reporting any new ones that came up. Since then, since I reported those, nothing else has come up. There are a few reviews where people aren't necessarily happy with how I have proceeded with the book, which, on one hand, I don't like getting reviews on an unfinished book because it is unfinished. You're not reviewing the whole picture. You're just reviewing what is there so far. And some of the reviews have complained about the book being on a cliffhanger, this and that. And like, technically, it hasn't ended on a cliffhanger because it hasn't ended, period. It is still going. So it really makes no sense for them to complain about that, but everyone has the right to say what they want about what they want. So long as you keep it within the lines, I'm not going to say nothing about what you say about my books. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. As long as they're not bullying, like flat out bullying and being aggressive with what they say, I'm not going to report them. There's no point. Let them speak their mind. If they don't like the grammar or the punctuation, then when I finish the book and I go back and edit it, I will take that criticism and I will go back and make sure that, you know, I find all the errors and I fix them, tidy them up, make it look real nice and neat. If they don't like a certain thing about the book, like what the character is going through, this and that, I'm not going to change that for a handful of readers, because that is what makes the story, like, period. I mean, the struggles that Anne goes through and overcomes is what makes her character so great. So I can't just take her struggles away from her, because then what is she going through? What is she overcoming? I mean, she's a deaf half-breed in the beginning of the story, which things do change for her later on, but there's not much I can say on the YouTube channel without spoiling it for anyone who may be interested in reading it in the future. But everything that she goes through it for a reason. I'm not putting her through all this just to put her through it. She becomes a strong, independent woman. Although she was never dependent to begin with. Just what she goes through makes her stronger and just showcases her strengths even more to the reader. I love the way Sassy talks. And honestly, most of the things that I write, I do have one thing put up that's a list of the books that I want to start writing. Just a list of the possible names that I might call them. Doesn't really explain what the books will be about. Most of my inspiration, if it's not based on something I have dealt with myself, comes from a dream, honestly. I dream weird shit, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, I do. And whatever I dream, you know, I take it and I use it. There's no point in letting that, I mean, in a way it still is inspiration, and there's no point in letting it go to waste. Might as well use it. So I do. I write it down in my Google Documents as a potential idea, and then when I get around to writing it, if I still like the idea, then I use it. Simple as that. So for someone to say that my book sounds like plagiarism to them, girl, please. Come and complain on something legit. But aside from that, I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope your holidays coming up are good. Hope everyone's good in general. Go to sleep right now, both of you. You're not getting no juice. You think you're playing? Go to sleep. There's one wild boar dead. Usually, that's one reason why I like the lower area by the rivers, because you find wild boar here as well. The last time when I was down here, it wasn't my camp I found boar at, it was Jade's. For some reason, her camp got put down here too. And we found quite a few of them. Apparently, there's only one by my camp, because I don't see any other ones, but I will still take this one and make use of his skin. Once I fill up my materials with crypts, then I will try to sell. And you can see firsthand that if you are able to get a solo lobby, it still has its difficulties. It's just not as difficult as having to deal with other players trolling you while you're selling. If that makes any sense. But like Sassy said, Jade has her channel to help newbies kind of get a feel for the game without actually playing the game, to understand what exactly they're up against once they do get into it. So for people to be downright assholes about her channel, it pisses me off.
Honestly, son, I don't know where you're getting all this from. I do not know why. What's about this? But, you know,
pretty sure I missed that one.
I ain't got none against no one. We never have.
What I'm gonna do is exit out of the full screen and actually read some of these comments she's getting, because someone just sounded like a straight up idiot just now. And I gotta see what that was.
I'm gonna go
What do you mean, no connection?
Get rid of these little bully butts.
What the hell's going on with my damn data?
So can you.
You better give me my damn data back. I hate it when my phone acts stupid like that.
For all the rest of y'all out there, I'm just gonna ignore him. He wants to be a little twat waffle.
It's not showing me her chat. I'm not sure if some of them... It was because some of the comments were reported and removed. But I can rewind the video and re-listen to it in a minute after I put this on my horse. Because the way she does her broadcast is for the YouTube to read out the comments to her. For me, I have it set on the side of my screen, as you can see, where I'm seeing the comments as they're popping up, because I'm not going to put my controller down to double check what the hell YouTube just said to me, because sometimes it doesn't read out the whole thing, sometimes it reads it out funny, and there's also the message delay as well. I mean, I'm sure mine still has a message delay, but at least I can see it, you know. Bunny! Ooh, 3-star. Come a horse. Quit playing and go to sleep now before I come in there with both your butts. Go lay down. I see you jumping around on that bed, Ellie. Go take a nap.
Not anymore.
Kids love to think that when you're not paying attention to them, you don't hear or see what they're doing. Parents have what I like to call peripheral vision. They think you don't see them just because you're not looking directly at them, but you see them. Okay, how far back was all of that?
Go take your hate somewhere else. It was or something.
I think
I ain't
it
got
was
none
here.
against no one. We never have.
Nope, a little further
What
back.
started this? Y'all can take y'all's hate somewhere else. We've been there, done that. We've been
Right?
tormented.
I am not scared of your whole family. You got nothing, you AT shit.
I think that where they got that from was her talking about her extra personalities. I forget the specific name for it, but she's already talked about it, what it is.
An old broad.
Not scared of you. I'm not scared of her either. There's only one time I was ever scared of her. That was when she lost her daddy.
Because there's this one player that was saying not scared of your whole family. Like, she hasn't even brought up her family. The only thing she mentioned is Lily, Sassy, and her other alter.
She tried. She
But
stopped eating
it's
and
like all
everything.
these personalities in the same body. So it's like, how are you taking that and saying she's mentioning her family? That just makes no sense whatsoever, which is probably
Y'all
how
can
she
take
got
y'all's hate
confused as
somewhere
well.
else. We've been there, done that. We've been tormented.
And I am not scared of your whole family. You got nothing, you AT shit.
Not scared of your
Honestly,
whole
son,
family.
I don't
That
know where
makes
you're
no
getting all
sense.
this from.
Right?
I do not know
What?
why you have such hate towards us, or what started this. But, you know, there's therapy or pills or something.
They jelly.
I ain't got none against no
Got
one.
it.
We never have. You can go take your hate somewhere else.
Because of where my camp is located at, and it's getting dark, and cougars like to appear around this area, I've learned.
I'm gonna go
I'm
silent
gonna
for a
go
while
sit
to
up
rid these
here
little
where
bully
I'll be
butts.
a
Think they want
wee
to
bit
run the world.
safer.
Kiss this rub.
So can you. For all the rest of
Go
y'all
to
out there,
sleep.
I'm just gonna
I see you standing there, Audrey. Go lay down.
He wants to be a little twat waffle.
Go to sleep. The longer you take to go to sleep, the longer it's going to be before I wake you up.
Your mother is a druggie.
That was uncalled for. See, that's my point. Like, if you don't like something, you can say you don't like something. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but you don't have to take it to a level of bullying. You don't have to go, oh, your mama's a druggie. What does that have to do with you watching the live stream and not liking it? If you don't like it, don't watch it. You're free to leave. No one's holding a gun to your head and saying, hey, watch this. You have no other choice. You must watch this live stream and you must like it. There's nothing saying that. There's no one saying that. If you don't like something, just move on. Click the don't like button and keep going. You don't have to be negative and hateful. It's completely uncalled for. What's up there? Coyotes. Damn it, I missed the other one. That's possum. The varmint rifle works better on the coyotes than the one with the scope, but most of the time when I go after them, they have skedaddled by the time I get close enough to use the varmint rifle. So I'll just take what I can get with their quality dropping and whatnot. I'm not gonna cry about spilled milk. It's annoying not to get a 3-star kill on a 3-star animal. But until I buy some better guns or some better ammunition, at least, it's what I gotta deal with. Ooh. You think you're gonna eat my food? My kill? Vulture? Claw the horse. Collect the raven. Not worth keeping the body unless it's a 3-star. Go to sleep. Any 3-stars I come across, I will take the bodies into town to the butcher. Other than that, I will just skin it and take the skins to crypts. That's why I collected. That's why that 3-star rabbit is the only carcass I have collected so far. Like I said, I like to be careful through this area because sometimes cougars will just sneak the fuck up on you. And I'm not in the mood to be kitty chow. Go to sleep. I'm not sure if that bell noise I'm hearing is them playing with something in the room or if that's coming off a blue bell. Because the actual bell that they have in the house is attached to a backpack that's right at the corner of my room right here. So it's either the bell coming from the cat's closet or something coming off my horse in the gate. Full on the raspberries. Can't shoot horses. Let's see what herbs are over here. Prairie poppy, full on that too. Go to sleep now. I can tell which voice is coming from which child, so I know who is keeping who up. And it's the older one consistently talking to the younger one whenever she does calm down from having her little fits. And I would just rather them take their nap now rather than be cranky a few hours from now. Bluebell, you're standing on the oregano. Move. Come stand here. Okay? Stop. Stop. Stupid horse. Now I can pick the oregano. Trips will be full soon, so what I'm going to do before I start my sell is go to the butcher in town and sell whatever 3-star carcasses I find between then and now. Damn it. Okay, I didn't even hit that one. Wasting fucking bullets. Go to sleep. I can hear you. Bison. I do not have the mercy kill yet, so yes, I do hear him crying behind me, and I will go and give him another bullet in a minute. Just need to make sure I down at least one bison before I get a shot off at him. You're not a 3-star anyway, so don't care about ruining the pelt. Although giving them another shot does drop you down a star, which sucks. But even if I take out my knife and manually stab him with it, it still takes the pelt down a star. So it doesn't matter how I kill him if he's wounded, because I'm still not going to get the mercy kill and it's still going to deteriorate the pelt. It's a lose-lose situation. I do need to go and talk to Harriet the next time I get a chance and see what I need to do to get that roll started up with her. Right now I have 3 gold bars. I need a lot more to get the bounty roll started, which is, I have learned the best way to get a lot of gold, which I need. Mama needs gold. Yeah, the reason Sassy is saying that is because both of her parents are deceased now. So. This guy is just being so unnecessary. This is what I mean, like, even if you're not being shitty back to your bully, just saying anything to them at all encourages them, and they take that as they can say whatever the hell else because they're already getting a reaction out of you. It's completely shit. Jay doesn't deserve to be dealing with this, not with everything that she's been through. Go to sleep now. That's why I can't see the comments. You can't give him the rest of the skins that I have. But I can go sell this rabbit to the butcher then get that cell started with Crips. Ooh, lightning storm. That ain't fun. Inside the city limits of Blackwater.
She lost her dad last year in August, lost her mom a day before Mother's Day this year. It is the holidays, and since the time that she lost her mom, she has lost 5 friends. 5. She has lost a lot of people, and it still has the strength to get on here and scream for y'all. And you gonna go and do all this because you got nothing better to do when you want to bully somebody. An innocent person and you want to bully somebody. She is abroad, so because she's a woman, you are going to turn around and bully her because she's got a YouTube channel? That does not make any damn sense. Let me guess. She is not one of those barefoot pregnant in the house in Canada.
Can I help you?
Children, right?
I'm here if you change your mind.
Correct. She is abroad, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Honestly, I think whoever this is continuing to harass her is probably someone struggling with their own masculinity.
Been a lot of that lately, but they always move.
Just my opinion.
You cool, dude. Hey, you just got busted in. Well, she is abroad.
I'll take it, but I've already got too many.
You're awesome as hell, dude.
Let's do
You're
it.
just gonna bust in on this team. Just be like, well, she's abroad. You're awesome as hell.
I don't cook the bird meat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sell
Been a lot
that.
of that lately, but they always move.
I don't do that shit. I already did that once for my ex.
I'll take it, but I've already got too many.
That is not.
Go to sleep.
Been a lot of that lately, but they always move. I'll take it, but I've already got too many.
What I need to do is break down that fish I have. I don't know why I haven't broken it down already. Thought he knew something, he don't know shit. Aw, why did I use that? So stupid. In my experience, broad is used as a derogatory term for old women.
Thanks again.
It's not particularly nice. One kid called my nana an old broad when I was in 3rd grade. Pissed me off. Said some words, got me in trouble, got detention for the first time. Oh well. Some people just can't be nice. I can hear you snickering and laughing in there. Go to sleep. It's nap time. It's not playtime. Don't make me put you in separate rooms. My 3-year-old absolutely loves for her little sister to sleep with her. And that's all fine and good when they actually go to sleep and they're not sitting there just snickering and laughing the whole time. Currently, my 3-year-old sleeps in her own room, and my 1-year-old sleeps with us. I'm trying to transition her out of our bed and into the other room because we have another one on the way. I am officially 37 weeks and 1 day, so I have 2 weeks and 6 days left before my actual due date. Even though these contractions make me think that she's wanting to come sooner, I think she's just messing with my mind and just enjoying torturing my lady bits, because
What the hell does the word broad mean? I know I'm gonna have to look that up.
the closest my contractions have been for the last 3 weeks is 2 minutes, sometimes a little less than 2 minutes apart. The furthest they have been in the last few days is about 10 to 15 minutes. That would make you think, going off of Google and the typical statistics, that she's going to come any day now, right? But my contractions have always been irregular with my last 2. And I contracted for 3 days in my last one exactly like this before she actually came. With this one, it's been 3 weeks. It has gone from me contracting every 6 hours to every 2 hours to every 30 minutes max, every 20 minutes, now every 15 minutes max. As far as how far apart they are, the farthest ones, not the close ones. So it's like progressively getting there, but it's still not making any change whatsoever. Last 3 appointments, my doctor checks me and she's like, no change. You're 0 centimeters, just, keep timing your contractions, maybe walk a little bit. Nothing. Walking has never helped me before. It's not helping now. It's practically just a uncomfortable waiting game. So it's just like, whew. See, this is telling me a total goods value is worth $1,250. I currently have a medium-sized wagon. I cannot afford a large wagon at the moment. After I make a couple of sales, I might be able to. Let me look at the Outfitters real quick. Outfitters is going to tell me how much the equipment cost. Currently, none of the equipment is on sale. Go to sleep now! Enough with the laughing! I can hear you! Large delivery wagon is $750. I currently have $253. So, with that will probably take me about 2 sales with the with Crips being double right now instead of 4 sales to get that money. Really, this is on sale, but I don't have that rank, so ain't gonna help me much.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Give me a minute. hopefully they'll go to sleep. I had to turn the heat on because it's getting a little chilly in here. I'm glad you have to hold the X and not click it because I almost started the wrong cell. Close one only gave me 300 and I need as much money as possible, so the longer one is 375. You are about to see how difficult it is doing it by yourself in a solo lobby. You don't have players to worry about, but you do have NPCs, and trust me, sometimes they're not so bad and sometimes they are a bitch to get through. One time, they destroyed my wagon in the river, so I had to take the draft horse, put the goods on the back of the draft horse and on the back of my horse. I need to grab one of my other guns real quick before I get moving. And then I got them both about halfway. And then they killed the draft horse, so then I have to put the other one on my shoulder and try to make it that way.
It's called a switch, by the way. Those of you that don't know.
Jade's awake!
I'm done
Yay!
with that bullshit. Don't like it. Can't stand it. Won't deal with it.
So,
You're the one that said you'll have my phone and freaking turn YouTube back on.
yeah, switch the gun to the bolt action. Oh, I didn't even get my... Damn it, I didn't even fill up on ammo. Fuck! Can I do that now? Can I still do that? Please tell me I can still do it. Where is my lockbox? Where is my lockbox? Oh, thank goodness. I, like a dumbass, forgot to collect my fucking ammunition. Not a good idea. Always fill up on your ammo, because you will need it. Do not make that mistake. That was a, ooh, that was a no-no. Big no-no. Big, 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 big no-no. Alright, let's get to the road before those NPCs catch up. Oh, you already came to say hello. If I had already gotten moving, I would have been much further by now. And because they're NPCs, no one is going to steal my wagon, but they are going to make it hell for me to get this cell done. Although you're just getting in the way, sweetheart. You're not really helping me. Okay. Now, let's get going before anybody else shows up to be an asshole. They will likely the whole way to the cell continue to show up. Sometimes I only get them in the beginning, sometimes just in the middle. Sometimes it's just when I get to where I need to deliver the products, and I prefer that the best because then all I have to do is drive in the circle and kill them afterwards. It doesn't matter if they're shooting at me as long as I can get to that yellow circle fast enough, because once the goods are delivered, there's nothing that can be done to destroy your goods. They are delivered, they are safe, you just have to save yourself, essentially. So, let's hope no more show up, and I've already got red on the bottom of my mini-map. This wagon will not outrun your enemies. So once they're close enough, I suggest you shoot as much as you can, as accurately as you can. If I were delivering goods on a single horse and not pulling a wagon, I could get where I was going much faster than this and have a chance at outrunning my enemies. An actual chance. Sometimes the red will disappear, sometimes it won't. If it does, consider yourself lucky, but oftentimes they will keep coming until they're shooting in shooting range of you. And if you don't shoot back, or you don't have someone on your wagon to shoot back, usually I have Jade to do this with me. Unfortunately, in solo, we cannot play together at the same time. So, I have to do this on my own when I'm in solo lobbies. I don't have an extra gun. It's just me and Bluebell. And Bluebell typically gets in my way. The only good thing about that is she also gets in the shooter's way. If she happens to stop in front of their horses. When the entire group is on, me, Jade, Hellfire, and Chaos, we stand a better chance at selling in full lobbies, as long as there's not anyone higher ranked than us deciding to try and take us down. We've had a few people come and try before. Some have been successful, some have not. Those who are not, for some reason, if they're high level enough, they continue to try even after the sell is over to cause us strife, which I do not understand. Like, you lost, dude. You were not able to steal the goods. You were not able to stop us from selling. You did not destroy the goods. You have lost in every way of the word. Why are you still here? We have killed you multiple times. But I guess their ego is bruised and they decided to do something about it. And that red is back now. There's at least 3 behind me, so there's no way I'm going to, I don't know why the horse went that way. Oh, please don't be dead, dude, get out. I'm glad I'm the one that died and not the horse, because if the horse dies, then I'm screwed. Right now I'm just using auto aim. Because if I move it, it takes longer, but the good thing about moving it is I can get a headshot on these bastards and they die with 1 shot. If I don't move it, it takes 2 or 3. Gonna get on the wagon, focus on Bluebell, calm her, have her follow me so I don't have to whistle for her so much and she'll actually stay close. That way if I die again, she'll still be in range, because I forget to call her to stay close. Another good thing about having your horse close is if you die, your horse is already there to take you back to where you died. I will admit I am mostly just listening to her live stream because I'm kind of focused on making the sell. But I do agree with what she's saying. You're not forced to have to watch anybody's stuff, so there's no point in hating on them if they haven't done something to you. I mean, just being a dick just for the fuck of it is not cool. Hellfire will be getting on in a moment, according to that message. Once Hellfire and Jade are both on, I will stop this broadcast, switch my internet back, and then go into a full lobby, start a new broadcast, and you guys can see how it's done when you have backup. Hellfire is a better gunman than either me or Jade. Him and Chaos are extremely good on their guns. So usually when it's the 4 of us or just 3 of us, it's always me and Jade in the wagon, and then them following as backup behind us. See, that's my problem. When there's so many of them and it's just you, they get right in your face. And close shots like that, they kill you. One bastard left. I'm running to this side because if I click triangle on that side, it will make me get on Bluebell. And we don't want to ride her, we want to ride the wagon. Why the trail switched this way, I have no idea, because I'm pretty sure it was going straight a minute ago. This is the river where they drowned my wagon before. I don't understand how it drowned when the waypoint takes you through here, but somehow my wagon was destroyed before I got to the second part of the water. I mean, it's just NPCs shooting at you, so I don't understand how that destroys the wagon, but somehow it did, and I had to take the draft horse and my horse and continue with the goods. And then they killed the draft horse, those imbecilic idiots. But eventually, you know, I was able to get a sale that day, I just wasn't able to complete that sale. And Bluebell's not following me. We're not that far from Emerald Station, but we still are a little ways. Hello.
Hello.
I'm in solo getting my ass kicked by NPCs. And live streaming. So everyone gets to see my ass getting kicked.
Oh boy.
Well, at least that time I killed them without dying. I was like, what, the fourth group that just popped up? Third or fourth? I'm also watching Jade's live stream, so in the beginning of this live stream, I don't know if you watched my channel, I kind of vented a little bit about that. I mentioned how bullies usually bully other people to validate themselves because, you know, they're lacking. And you're more successful than them, and the only way they can destroy your success is to get in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And how, like, Sassy was talking back to them and not really putting them in their... I mean, she was laying out the law, but not in an aggressive way. You know, just telling them, you know, I'm not going to let you bother me. But still communicating with them at the same time. So they, as much as she kept responding to them, they kept going at her. And I was comparing that to when Jade was giving me advice when I was getting trolled on Inkit. The more you comment to them, the more they're going to comment to you. I was politely trying to tell them, you know, just keep reading the book. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. You don't have to read it, just give it a chance. And they just kept shitting and shitting and shitting and shitting on me. Go to sleep, Ellie.
Oh man.
Like, even if you're nice to bullies, they will still fuck with you. The best thing to do is just to ignore them and report them. Once I finally did report them, the bullying stopped. All the accounts that were bullying me just ceased. I never got a new bully. Which is odd. Which is also why Jade and I were thinking that maybe it was someone making scam accounts. And it wasn't more than one person. Because it's odd how I never got another bully after that. When I didn't even broadcast that I was reporting the bullies. I mean, I made one post that they weren't going to ever get to me. I wasn't going to stop writing just because they had what they had to say.
I hate people like that. But you'll have that.
Yeah, they got to me for a moment, but then Jade got through to me and I stopped worrying about it. And like I was telling my channel, for anyone that watches, Jade does not deserve the shit that they've been saying. I've been listening to her broadcast, and that motherfucker is a piece of fucking shit. And half the shit he was commenting didn't even make sense. I'm not scared of your whole family. She hasn't even mentioned her family. Where the fuck is this coming from? You idiot.
I never watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet.
You should. They're stupid. The comments are fucking... They're amusingly ignorant, because it's like they're just saying shit to get under her skin that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. No sense.
Did you like my comment?
I didn't even see your comment yet. I turned the live chat off because I was trying trying to see what they were saying because sometimes the voice doesn't say it clearly or it doesn't say everything that's in the comment. And then I got to the part where Sassy's like, I made it so your comments couldn't show up. Like, oh, that's why I'm not seeing anything. I think she turned off the commenting period.
No, in our group chat, I made the comment.
I haven't looked at the group chat just yet. I saw there was a bunch of messages, and I usually catch up on that on my phone rather than the PlayStation because it's just easier to scroll through it that way.
Right. Yeah, we got on that subject, got on a bunch of other subjects. Some were like,
Bastards, why do you keep showing up? I'm literally almost to Emerald Station. You still gonna try? I will not yield. I also mentioned to my channel that when the 4 of us are on, or at least the 3 of us, we do a lot better. And there's no need for a solo lobby. I mean, I get it, like, most people like to sell on a solo because it's easier. Even with the NPCs, you still make it there if they don't destroy the wagon. Like that one time it happened to me.
yes.
You don't have other players to worry about because they will actually take your shit and then you're fucked. Whereas the NPCs, they'll just kill you and then you just have to respawn and run back to it. Go to sleep now, I can hear your feet on the floor. They think that because I start talking, that means I'm not paying attention to them. And they're supposed to be napping. Oh my gosh, this morning when he went to work, you know how he always gives Audrey extra hugs and kisses? She took advantage of that. He still had his blunt rolled in his hand, and she took it and was about to snap it in half.
Oh no.
And that shit was funny as fuck. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just fucking snatched it from you. She snatches it with such authority too. Like, this shit is mine, motherfucker. What you doing?
Wow.
She has such a strong grip for such a little child. I was like, please tell me she didn't rip it or put a hole in it. Like, nah, it's good. She just knocked some of it out.
Oh, okay. She's gotta go.
Yeah, she texted me. I was in a cell when the text came up.
Well,
I am now that I've gotten that cell and I've got a little bit of money.
oh
I almost have enough to get a large wagon. I just need one more sale. So what I'm gonna do is close out the app, stop the broadcast, fix my internet, and join you in the actual lobby. I also need to